The only thing bigger than Terry Kirkham's personality is his business, Global Auctioneers and Valuers Group. Terry has owned this firm since 1993, and for those playing at home, that is a very long time. They specialise in machinery, motor vehicle, office equipment and furniture, online auctions and consultancy. Please visit them at www.globalauctioneers.com.
I Sponsor, helping businesses get results when sponsoring sporting clubs. Download the app for information on how to raise money for your team.
Bank of Queensland New Farm, specialising in property purchases and refinances. You'll get great rates and exceptional service and long-term banking relationships.
Welcome to the Subs Bench special edition, the third and final episode. Tonight it's the Players' Room, and we're lucky enough to be joined by Matty Carr, Roland Hofmann, Joe Duckworth and Hayden McHenery. Start off, boys, with a very simple one. Your first memories of playing or watching football. Kazi, as you're the oldest, we'll start with you, mate.
Just in the local park. My old man was probably still playing, goalkeeper as well. And then it was literally just pub league football, just going and watching him play, getting dragged down, get out of the house for the weekend. And then you slowly start taking you to games, you know what I mean?
Celtic?
Aye. Yeah. Right for knee high to a grasshopper.
Who was your heroes growing up?
Well, obviously being a goalkeeper, it was like Packy Bonner was like coming to the end of his career, but I remember he was number one at Celtic at the time, and I think as he started to get older, Celtic struggled for keepers for a while, or for a good few years actually, and then you just watch him because obviously his career with Ireland as well, and I was lucky enough to get coached by him before I came over here as well, so that was like one of the biggest things coming out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've watched this kid, you've watched Packy Bonner growing up as a 3-4 year old. I know his son really well as well. We played in the same team together, and then lucky enough one night at training he's like, my dad's going to come down and coach you. I was like, no way, man, this is next level. Do you know what I mean? It was like, I was just in awe of him. Do you know what I mean? Like, you just seen such a big man. Do you know what I mean? He's just big, everything a goalkeeper should be.
You always say, don't they, never meet your heroes. Was he all right?
Oh, different class, mate.
Yeah.
Just proper gentleman. Because he was actually working for UEFA at the time as an assessor. He assessed the assessors. That's how high up in the UEFA he was, and he's just so highly regarded back home. And obviously his playing career speaks for itself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hayden, first memories of playing, football in general.
I guess like back in NZ, I think I remember playing 5 or 6. I went down to like Tiadatu and it was horrendous standard. And we were 5, obviously.
That's 5.
No, but like, no, it was just like a real knockabout, like us at the park. Nothing really serious until we moved over, and then I went to North Star, and that was basically it.
Yeah. You have a club that you followed?
My family follows Celtic, which is funny. We haven't had this discussion, but yeah, my granddad, his brother used to travel around on the supporters bus. But yeah, so I followed them, but I don't really follow a team.
You don't have a team, do you?
The Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Joe?
So I don't remember the first game or anything like that, but I just remember my family are all from England, all Liverpool based, half red, half blue, so I just remember that was just everything family based. And my first memory of football was Wayne Rooney's goal against Arsenal when he was a kid, when he was 16. And I was like in tears when he left for United. That was absolutely gut-wrenching. But there was that, and then the 2006 World Cup were my proper first memories, and obviously Tim Cahill, being an Everton fan and an Aussie, something you follow as well. But it was just something that everyone did in our family. So yeah, Granddad played for Everton, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't meet him though; he died before I was born. But that was how I got into football.
Yeah. Come on.
Probably not the first instance playing football, but first memory or that I can think of is down at the park kicking with my dad, and he was right into his football. He's Czech, played when he was younger, so he was full into me playing. Passed me the ball to my left foot every time. Couldn't kick my left foot back then. Got the shits, started crying, walked off. So that's probably the earliest memory I've got.
Yeah.
One that stuck with me.
Did you have a club that you followed?
Newcastle United.
Really?
They're not very good, are they? They kind of hang in and around promotion and
Did you get a lot of stick for
relegation.
the goal movie?
Oh yeah. I put the Spider-Man boots and everything.
Yeah. What was it about Newcastle United?
Alan Shearer.
Shearer.
Yeah, Dad was a massive fan, and I idolised him. But I'm obviously not a striker, but I still loved watching him when I was younger. So
At what point did you start taking it seriously? I mean, obviously, you say you went to North Star and you were getting coached off Packy Bonner. Is that when you start thinking, I really enjoy this, I want to do this long term? And
it was more like, because I actually went to St Johnstone before I went to Celtic, and that was like first, second year in high school. So what you then, 13, 14. And then when the commitment really started, like the first year at Celtic, still at school, you'd train 5 nights a week, and then Sundays you'd go watch the games on a Saturday and you'd play on a Sunday. And you'd done that for 4 years before you went in full time. And you don't looking back at it now, you go, the commitment more than my folks. Like my old man finishing work every night, having to drive me 40 minutes to training, back home every night, home 9:30, 10 o'clock, then he's back to work in the morning. You don't realise that back then. Looking back now, you go, that's more a commitment than anything else, what your folks do for you, do you know what I mean? I was very lucky that, say it was 5 nights a week training, plus you went to the games, and then looking back, you're like, wow, so much commitment.
Effort, isn't it?
Oh.
just a sacrifice, isn't it?
My dad's the same, man. He lives at the sunny coast, so for like my whole childhood, we were school football, club football, school on Monday and Friday, 6 trips up and down. It's like, if I have a kid, I don't know if I could do that.
I got my kid playing at the club 2 minutes away.
Yeah, it's clever, man. It's clever.
Yeah,
it's clever.
Heros?
I don't know. I guess like when you start, I guess whenever you play, it was serious to me. Like I don't remember it being like a switch where I flicked over, but
Were you always one of the better players in your team, though?
when I was younger, they put me up, like Gordon Tulloch had me a year above since I was 8 probably, and my old man, because he did coaching and stuff, pushed me. They had me at like all the extra clinics and stuff like that, but you don't really appreciate it until you leave. Like now we do 2 sessions a week, and it's just, it's perfect at the moment, but back then you used to do like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of one of those ones where you just obviously you started so young and you just keep going and going, and then I remember Remo Boys, like it's UQFC now, but it was Kenmore when I was a kid. He took over there, and there was a guy, Ken McDougall, I'm not sure if anyone, he's a Scottish lad, and they were both involved in the Raw. Remo was like first, and then he sort of like set up his thing there. He sort of just tapped me on the shoulder and said, look, you're not bad. There might be, if you work hard and whatnot, but then, like Hayden said, like I don't think you really appreciate the sacrifice or the age you have to start taking it as seriously as you do. Like before I got my first look was at 16, and like you look at some of the juniors that are playing, like there's a couple of 16-year-olds that train with us now, and you just go, I was nowhere near that level back then. And
in what way?
Just technically, bro. Like they're just like, like I grew up getting coached by my dad or my kids' dads. Oh, it's my kids, my teammates' dads. You know what I mean? I never had my first proper coach. That's right. I don't have any kids. No. I never had a proper coach until I was 16. Like who actually had any qualifications. It was always a dad or like someone of the club, and like you kind of just look. It's not an excuse, but you look back and you go, maybe you look now at like the opportunities that kids get. But then, it was an opportunity to go train with the Raw Youth and then go play in the Milk Cup, and that was when it sort of hit me when they were like, you'll be playing against Marcus Rashford and like Man United, and you're like, shit, should probably take this a little seriously.
It's funny you should say that. You didn't. Like at 16, you weren't where some of these kids are, because I remember you played against my Albany Creek team for UQ, and I think you must have been 16, 17, played up front, and I just remember after 20 minutes I turned around to someone on the bench and I was like, this kid's unbelievable. You were playing up front.
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Billy behind the camera was playing.
Billy got injured that day.
Yeah, and Robbo and Paul and all them, they were all there. Coco and whatnot.
Yeah, I thought you were superb that day. So
but that was kind of the year. That was when I went to the Milk Cup.
Yeah.
And that's when they sort of said like you can have a crack.
Yeah. Yourself?
Probably around 13, 14. So I've played since I was like 5, but I also got into go-karting from age. Yeah.
What?
Bit random, but so Dad was driving me to go-karting, driving me to soccer, and it just got to the point where he was just juggling too much, and he's like, look, you need to make a decision.
Yeah.
And football was where my heart was at, so I think I kind of took that on to be like, well, I need to start committing here and start putting all my effort into this. And it was around the same time where you start getting selected for rep teams and all of that. So yeah, look, I definitely missed the go-karting. That was
What's
awesome.
training like for go-karting? Like, what do you do? Just ride around the track?
There's like these.
Where did
There
you
used to be a go-karting track up near Coomera Anglican College on the Gold Coast. My brother used to do it as well. So I don't know. Training was just you just rock up with the cart and then
just go nuts.
Awesome.
Did you ever have a bike accident that put you off it?
I actually got the shits one time. My brother cut me off, so I just instead of turning around the corner, I just went straight into the bike and then into the tyres, and bit of an attitude.
Do you ever look back and think what might have been if you'd stuck with the go-karting F1?
Nah, I don't think I would have been.
Daniel Ricciardo?
When I was racing, I was actually when Chaz Motzit was racing. So I don't know if you know him, but he's in V8 supercars now. So
one thing I never really got into was the V8s. Like Formula One for me is like.
I think that's an Aussie thing though.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like
V8s.
It's kind of like a.
Just like cars you see in the street.
Yeah.
Kind of like just souped up a bit, but
no, that is an Aussie thing. Though. We got a family friend who does that racing stuff, and he's like quintessential, stereotypical Aussie, and it's just like fucking mad, mate. Going
they do love it.
Corner,
Philpa loves it.
I know he does. Absolutely. I know he does. He's told me about it.
Yeah.
I can see Philpa behind the wheel of a car.
He just loves it, but he's into
his
classic cars, Philpa. He's got a classic car. I don't know what it is, but it's nice. Like done a bit of work to it and that. Yeah. What about clubs that you enjoy going to play against? So local football now. Where do you enjoy going to play? Which teams do you like playing?
Just anyone. I think everyone loves beating Olympic.
Yeah, I'll back that.
Yeah. I like beating Olympic.
Are we talking about away trips as well? Or?
We're talking which grounds do you not like going to? Like
Albany Creek.
So I'm saying I've never ever that game that you were talking about is the only time I've won at that park, and that was against Albany Creek. But I've never beat Moreton Bay away ever.
It's a tough place to go.
Played
tough place to go.
Friday night, 8:30.
Yeah, we've got it Friday night next week.
My first experience there, Geordie Farina, who's now like my teammate and friend, cracked my sternum open first time I played there. And he was playing for Moreton Bay.
I still remember that.
So it's kind of, when he was playing.
You were crying.
I was, mate. I thought he was going to die.
I can't breathe.
I thought he was going to die. Full on like scissor kick when you see in the chest.
Yeah.
I had to go to hospital. It wasn't much fun, but ever since then, I just not like going there.
It's not like Geordie Farina to make a rash tackle. I think he has calmed down a bit the last few years.
That kind of like technique of like knocking the door down, that's called the Geordie Farina, and that worked.
Yourself?
I don't know. I always thought like Cairns was like a hot and cold. Like when they used to play, when they had like Kieran Sanders, Alex Smith, and we used to go up when we were 17, 18. It was tough
Jamie
place.
Carroll.
Jamie Carroll. It was a tough place to go, but then you get the reward of going out after.
Was at the back.
Yeah, like they were a good team.
I never knew that.
Yeah, Glover was at the back. They were a good team.
Yeah, they were a tough team. Yeah, no local teams. I can't really think of a place I don't really. I guess you play there that often, like.
North Star away.
North Star. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to North Star.
You would have played against most teams in Brisbane.
I don't like going to Lions I didn't used to. I don't like going to Lions because my record was never great there. I've won a couple of times there.
Fun fact, Mac has never lost a game to Lions. At Lions? Playing or coaching.
Wow.
We're playing you in a couple of weeks, that's a good one.
Monday night, 8:45. Yeah. Wait for a storm to come down again.
Lions, I never used to enjoy going there.
Not many people do that. It's kind of changed now because I fancy us wherever we go. Bad record down at Knights until this year. But every time we used to go there, we used to get... So you'd kind of go in thinking, for fuck's sake. Places I enjoy going. I've won every game at Olympic, believe it or not, and they're a good side. But we just, for 3 years in a row, we've managed to go there and get a win. So Shut up shop,
yeah, men behind the ball.
Breaks up.
Yeah. Just strangle the life out of a game of football. But yeah, there's a few places that you don't like.
Pengelly's celebration there this year.
I think there was a few kids behind the goal.
They were mouthing off to him
because
like 12 years. Yeah.
He missed like a minute before.
Yeah.
Scored.
Yeah. Perfect time.
Typical Andy, that.
So, but yeah, as for places that, I suppose, yeah, Moreton Bay is a tough place to go.
I actually hated when you guys were Gold Coast City at Palm Beach. That was such a bad field.
It was terrible. Yes, I remember that.
And the change room, mate. The change rooms are like 200 metres away from the ground, and you're like, come on, you're having me on. But we did have a good record there. We won. We never lost there.
Did you ever play at the Runaway Bay field?
No.
I've played there in pre-season.
Tiny pitch, huh? Yeah.
No,
You have no time on the ball.
And we'd warm up on like the AstroTurf, I'm sure, right at the back.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Any AstroTurfs over here, forget it, man.
Yeah.
Horrendous. I hated playing at Holland Park every week when we were home there.
Oh well, yeah.
But that's a thing, though.
I used to hate home games at Holland Park.
The best ones, weren't they?
No, but
we were better away from
most pitches during like the winter. They go to custard, don't they?
Yeah.
They're shy.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Tough question, this one, but I'll ask it anyway, and you can be as diplomatic as you want. Any clubs, any teams, any coaches, I'll make it easy for any players that you'd like to play with that are around now. Because if I say any clubs you want to play for, you kind of getting thrown on the bus.
Season early.
No, well, so that's why I'll change it for you. Is there players at another club that you would like your team to sign? Yes. I think that's the best way of asking this question.
Currently or gone?
Currently, I think.
I just think Jake Mclean, as a striker, I think Jake Mclean would be a dream. There's a few boys that I play with at Pride that I'd love to have back as well, like Fraser Hills.
Yeah.
I think he's criminally underrated. He's a serious player. Yeah.
Ron?
I was actually going to say Jake Mclean as well.
Yeah.
As a 10.
It's an easy solution, boys.
He's a player, man. Like, he's a serious player.
When I was playing sick, he was actually the player that I hated marking the most.
Yeah.
He just gets in there. He always has time on the ball, doesn't he?
But he just felt so much smarter because I'm sure he won't mind me saying this. He's not the quickest human.
No, he's not.
But he's just so much clever than everyone.
He's probably quicker than anyone up there. Yeah.
No, he's good.
I'd say McGowan. Mikey.
Yeah, he's
just centre half, isn't it?
You know what McGowan reminds me of? I read something the other day just before the Euros final. We're talking about Chiellini. Saying now he treats a shot at goal, like on the Italian goal or the Juventus goal, whatever, as a personal insult. So not a goal that conceded that annoys him, it's a shot. Someone's a shot, they have not done their job, and it's like a person. I think McGowan's like that.
He is. I've seen that in his run, the semi-final with strikers.
Yeah.
Every time someone would make a tackle or a clearance, he'd like get up and celebrate like it was a goal.
It's just a bit of an upbringing for home, like, because I remember Mikey playing back home, and you think like Mikey over here, every other defender in that team back home was like that. Yeah. It was like your left back would always be. Boys were just throwing themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Well, he's been huge for years.
Yeah, he's been a great signing.
He's been huge for every club he's been at. To be fair, like it's.
You'd say every club he's been at has been successful. The ones in Queensland.
Yeah.
Redlands strikers.
Redlands did well in the FFA. Strikers in the FFA.
Redlands won it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Him and
Was that against
Halliday.
FAQ Heat?
Yeah, it was him and Kai. And then the semi-final of the FFA Cup, and then obviously You've already won the league this year.
Do you remember when he grabbed it was pre-season FFA Cup? We were playing New Farm away, and one of the fullbacks got skinned, and he grabbed him and was shaking him like, nah, it's not on. Yeah, Mikey grabbing him.
He's a young boy.
Yeah.
It's one of the young boys who had brought in the rest players.
But he's got like that switch though, man. Like, he's such a nice.
That's
the nicest guy you ever meet.
That's the exact same as
He's
back
such a
home.
nice guy, and like on the field, you're like, yes sir, sorry sir.
Yeah.
Back home, that's just the way it is.
Huh?
Well, have you experienced it?
No, he's good with me. He sits next to me. He doesn't say anything to me. Sorry, friend. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mikey.
What about yourself?
I was going to say, well, Jezzy, just because I have to mark him. And it's also, I know he's good on the beers, so it helps. It helps a lot. So get him in front of me.
He is great, and he's a good lad.
Yeah, no, but I feel like we've got a lot of good players in our team. Like, there's not many holes to fill. I mean, a 10 and a 6. That's about it.
We've all just said Jake Mclean.
Yeah. Where are you going with that? Best moments so far that you've had? Start with you, Kazi.
Here at home.
Both.
Here. Hard to think. Because when I came over, the BPL was strong.
Yeah.
You had Lions, Power, Rochdale, Wolves.
East was
East
decent.
were up there.
Redlands for a year.
No, Redlands weren't in it. With the year I came over 2013.
They ended up in it, didn't they? And they won it.
No,
Or
I'd never played against
Right.
Redlands. Standard was so good then. Like, we got the chance. Like, the Roar came down to Wolves. The first year I was here, I think I was actually only in Australia a few months. And there was this whole, I was what, 24, 25 then. Played the Roar. Brescia was playing. Stefanuto, Liam Miller, Bratzi. That was some team.
Yeah.
Yeboah was playing up top. I kicked him up the arse. Balls came in. And his balls came across the box and he's like sort of slid in, but he's caught me in the knee, but his arse has landed in my foot. And forgetting that there was like a heap of Roar fans behind the goal. And I've just sort of went like that. Not lashed out, but I've just sort of like, nudged his arse out of the way. And the next thing I went to get the ball, I turned around, but it's just in my face like that. Man, no, here we go, man. That was like a good wee experience. I mean, we beat 2-0, but it was just a good wee buzz. You know what I mean? And it was a time that we played them as well. You threw me on with 15 minutes to go. Macaroni fucking chipped us. It's like put me on for the penalty. You're like, nah. It's like, nah, come on, man. Nah, next thing, fucking chipped off macaroni.
Hit us.
I've had a couple. One of them is pretty naff, but like when we were in school, Joe will hate this, but we were at GPS. Like when I went through,
Yeah,
we beat them.
We've known each other forever.
Yeah, and
We weren't friends for a little bit.
ooh, no, we had the GPS, and like for then, especially at Nudgee, we used to get 1,500 people to come watch us play. Yeah, and it just seemed like so much better because you were your mates. Like even our team wasn't flash, and we won it the year 11 and 12 years I was there. Actually beat Ipswich Grammar in the final
Twice.
and then we moved on to Pride, and then that year we won at Pride. We went on a run of like 12 games at Pride, and then won the grand final. And somehow we come third and ended up hosting the final. Yeah. And they had it.
Was it third?
Was that just our schools?
No.
This is actual Western Pride. Yeah.
First and second got beat.
Yeah, it was like to be fair, they were kind of stitched up because that was when Redlands made it super far in the FFA Cup.
Right.
So Moreton Bay, not Moreton Bay. Redlands were playing. Redlands were playing Moreton Bay. Sorry. And like 3 days after they just played the semi-final.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It was kind of a stitch up for them and.
Strikers?
No, we had Gold Coast City and we just fancied them, man. We beat them 2.
So you played?
Oh yeah, I was kind of.
Yeah. we beat them.
That was at our ground, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah,
We beat them 1-0 like 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
To make the 4, and then they battered us that game.
Yeah.
Battered us that game, and after that game we were just like, we've got these guys.
Yeah.
It was 3-0 or something.
It was 3-0. Yeah.
That's clearly.
That was a class team, though, man. Like Oscar was playing.
Yeah.
Like Jared Mackay was still in his prime there. Like
Yeah.
Sam Smith was much younger.
Yeah.
You guys were gone.
No, we had a good squad, but didn't turn up on the day.
Yeah, no, that was good because we had like it was at Ipswich, then we had like 3,500 people squeezing that little Briggs Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Last
good.
minute, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that the free kick?
Yeah. That's got his contract from that free kick.
How long ago was that?
17, yeah.
3,500 a game?
Yeah.
It was mental, bro. It was mental. Like everyone.
I just remember the celebrations when he scored. They just went into the crowd and then it looked class.
And then after the game, everyone ran on, like celebrating. We were just getting given drinks. It was good.
And that team, like, I know it sounds daft because most successful teams, everyone gets on, but you were literally mates playing together.
Well, that's my moment was like I've had good success at Lions, obviously, but it's really hard to go past the first one. And as Haydo said, like we'd all known each other, like me, Haydo, Riggers, Buller, like Gabby, and like me for Pengers. I'd known Pengers for ages. Dill. We'd all played with or against each other since we were like 11 or 12, and we'd had awesome players like Cam came in, Sawyer came in and then left, and we just went on this run, and as you said, it was just playing with your mates.
Yeah.
It's like we were 12 playing with your mates, and we just couldn't lose in that stretch. And then winning it, and just the way we won it was obviously amazing.
Yeah.
It was just that's my best because it was like playing with your best mates, and you won, and it was like, and we were 9th halfway of the season, and we just turned it on.
So how many leagues have you won? 2?
Just the one.
One league.
One league.
Grand finals.
2.
2 grand finals.
Yeah, last one was also pretty fun.
Yeah. Yourself?
Grand final against Olympic. I mean,
That's strikers, wasn't it?
Yeah, love beating Olympic on any day, but in a grand final.
Massive that game, man. It was huge.
Jared Carr got sent off before half time.
Yeah.
And everyone
absolutely clean.
I seen the highlights come up the other day, and it was like that was massive.
Everyone just assumed Olympic second half against 10 men, they are gonna probe and just weigh you down. And did Dylan score a free kick?
Oscar
Dylan?
Yeah, but we had Matt Smith at the back who just kept us fucking regimental, tight, narrow. They couldn't break us down. Like, they were trying to cross the ball from.
You missed a penalty as well, didn't you?
Nah.
What do you think that is though? Like, it must be shit, but they've lost 3 grand finals in a row.
I couldn't do it.
Is it mental now?
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
I don't know because I think they got stitched with a couple of decisions against you.
Oh, we weren't under any illusions. They were a better team than us last year. Like just where we were, injuries and who we lost, whatnot. Like they were better than us, but when we did ride our luck, but not like Like Andy should have got sent off for that tackle on Jez.
Yeah.
But then Costa should have got sent off for nearly murdering Henry 5 minutes later. And then we got we
at least one of the two on
the second one.
At least one for me.
The second one Utah scissor kicked.
Yeah.
Sakia.
And that 1-1.
That would have been the last kick of the game.
Yeah.
And you can understand like it's funny for me and we won, so I don't really care. But for them,
who were the other two they lost? They lost to Lions.
Lions beat them twice and Knights.
That one could have gone either way.
Which one?
The one that Marek scored, I think, a winning header.
Yeah.
Was that the first one?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That could have gone either way.
There was a moment there where Shelford blew it over the bar like a minute into the game, like when because Steve scored early, and Shelford missed a
to go 2,
and if it went 2, because I remember that, and Lions were done.
Yeah,
they were gassed, and if Shelford had scored that would have been whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if it's mental now. Yeah, if they get to a 4th, maybe find out, but
I think they'll lose it again, to be honest.
I think they.
a lot of hate.
I think they deserved it last year, man. Like they were a good team last year.
They're a good side,
which kind of made it funnier that we beat them because we lived into the finals.
Yeah, you spunked it against us. The referee.
Oh, touchy topic. It's a touchy topic.
Fucking hell. Moving on.
Winners win, Ben.
Yeah, they do. Who wins games? Yeah, interesting that one.
You lost your heads of the linemen.
Yeah, we did actually. We did.
Every single one of it. He didn't rock up because you benched him and Crestani, so we were already thinking.
Touchy topic.
We're on here. Trent. That's when Trent did his leg.
Yeah, he did.
He's playing with the 23s now. He's back 30 minutes.
Yeah. Best players you've played with and against in the local game? Kazi. Tell you what, with you, we'll go goalkeeper. Best goalkeeper you played against, and then best forward that you've played with.
Say Whitey. Whitey, aye. You can see he's played at a higher level, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But Josh is good as well. Like Josh is decent. Josh is just so young. You can just see he's got so much.
His shot stopping's unreal. He's just kicking needs to get a bit better.
But that's the whole goalkeeper thing, though. Like, every goalkeeper has to be a good shot stopper. Otherwise, he wouldn't be a keeper. Every striker has to be good at finishing. Yeah. Or they'll not be a striker. Like, with Josh, he's decent. I rate him. But I say Whitey's just the next level. Yeah. And he's what
he is unreal.
It's those ones where like
catches everything.
Keep it. I was just about to say, keepers parry them. They just stick, and that's like, fuck off. Like that's
Penga, Daniel Eck was murder to play against. So was
Leck's a good player.
He was murder, but Penga's like same again. He's murder to play against. Yeah. Just choppy little prick.
You had chewing them, didn't you?
Oh, he was giving it the big one just before Willie scored his header. He's like, shut you, he's fucking shite. I was like, shut you big time prick. He scores a penalty. I'm like, mate, you're beating Capalaba 2-0. Calm down.
He gave it to you off the pen as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he told him I was coming out for drinks years after it. He's like, oh. Nah, like Sasha Radulovic was next level. Like, you see, pretty sure he played Champions League. You know what I mean? Like Sasha was, because Sasha would have been towards the end of his career then. Yeah. Well, I'm saying end of his career, but like, his left foot, mate, like, different. It was a one man. Like, you threw some of the boys, like even boys that we had at Holland Park. I think we were so underrated. Our team, like Smudge. What's that?
You won a lot at Holland Park. You know?
We did the double in Cup 1, and then we should have finished second in BPL, and we got 3 points stuck off us for winning a game 4-0, and we had a 16-year-old played the last 10, and we didn't get a letter from his mum and dad. So
yeah, that killed us because because we were playing we ended up finishing third that year, didn't we? Instead of second, because we would have got Lions, we would have played Lions, and then we would have played the winner of Mitchie and Power. We bet Power 2-0, and then we're meant to play Mitchie
on the Saturday.
We've got
we had a bus and everything,
pre-match and all that down at Keenan Club. Next thing, Storm comes in. It was 5 or 6 o'clock kickoff. Storm comes in, man.
Storm comes across. Game gets called off by 3.
But at Mitchie, so their pitch was terrible as it was. You know what I mean? They're waiting in NJ. They're waiting in Ben NJ coming back from UK as well.
They rescheduled for the Monday night.
Briggs' mum was flying.
Briggs' mum was still across. Our president Dave Reid is a massive. Is he Aberdeen fan? But he took all the lads out. All the lads went out to watch the Rangers Celtic game that night. So all our players got in steaming at like 5 or 6 the next morning.
Nah, hold on a minute. Nah, Celtic, because we would have still made it for the game anyway. But then you're like that. You say to like Carsey, if you're going out, mate, be fair. Celtic beat Rangers 5-1 that night, and that was Brendan Rodgers' first game as Celtic manager. So we were all like that, wow. But we didn't go mental. Do you know what I mean?
But fucking played like it on the Monday night.
Talk about after Raz's engagement. Ipswich away.
That if we're talking worst moments, that Ipswich away, we would.
Absolutely.
All right, you can tell the story because it still fucking triggers me. This.
Raz's engagement at Cloudland. You could like.
half the time.
You were there, weren't you? Did you play? Did you play Rezzy's? I've never seen as many lads rock up with 2.5 litre bottles of water before a game. So Raz's engagement was the Friday, the game was on the Sunday.
3 o'clock, Ipswich.
We rock up, like, how you feeling? I feel like just Jeff Woodward just.
We were 2-0 up actually after 20 minutes.
Matty put a couple away, but in the second half it was just
sore heads. It was the same with Lions in the NPL series. It was one of Mooney's. I know you said that on your pod. The one regret he hasn't had with our Lions squad is he never won the NPL final series, and we lost twice in the final. One was Rito's wedding the day before.
Yeah.
So obviously, so Rito didn't go, obviously, but half the team were there, and half the team flew down the day before, and half the team were told, "This is the flight. get on it. It was like one of those ones though where like it was the first year Lions in the NPL. There was no sort of pressure or expectation, but it just happened. And mate, some of them rocked up 10 minutes before kickoff, just minging.
It's amazing, man. I love
But it was only 2.
I went off, didn't I?
It was a competitive game against
The final.
Campbelltown.
was the final?
That was a final NPL series. But like, some of them were unreal. Like Andy Thompson was there and he scored a bomb. Like it was one of the lads was DJing. Liam Cosgrove was the DJ for the wedding. And he's got on the next friend. And like I can imagine it's frustrating for Lions, but like at the start of the year when the wedding was planned and the invitations were sent out, no, Mooney wasn't even there because he was on a school trip with Churchy, so it just turned into an absolute shambles. Yeah, and that's why the one we lost the year after against Wollongong was so disappointing because we did everything to win that.
Yeah.
And we should have won that.
Speaks volumes, doesn't it?
We should have won that.
Preparation was
We should have won
Preparation
that.
is key. I still look back at that day and I feel bad for the way I went on with Jeff.
But it's fun.
I don't think Jeff's ever forgiven us.
You'll never forget that. It's a memory. It's a great memory.
Fucking hell.
Just his face anytime. We were all standing. You see me laughing. We were standing at the bar and we're like, that was Benny. He'd be talking away in that corner. Like, yes, come on. Away at the bar. Like, quick, fuck. Where's Benny? Right, he's away. And you just see him leaving. I think we all went. I can't remember we went out after it, but fucking, we're fine by the Sunday. Fine by the Sunday. Well, when we? 1.5 time, or we were drawn at half time?
No, it was 2.5, 20 minutes, and then we conceded 2 in the 5 minutes before half. Jeff gave the ball away twice.
Nice. He's still bitter. Poor Jeff.
Do you remember it, do you?
I remember it. And then we conceded later on.
It was a good day. Drive home for Ipswich on a Sunday night.
The memories are on like you playing local football.
It was a Lions game as well. Was massive. Remember when they played us at Holland Park? That turned the season, but into that was.
It was a 2-horse race until then. We were 1-0 up with about 10 to go. Mooney brought himself on, and they scored off a corner and a free kick. And it took them away from everyone, I think, at that point.
The East game as well.
Well, you got sent off.
Cunha. That's Cunha's fault, man.
Got me triggered here, like. Hayden, best you've played with?
In Queensland?
Yeah.
Best I've played with?
No pressure.
And against, of course.
I'll do against first because I can think of one. I always thought Fifey, when I was coming through, he was sort of like, I don't know if he was still in the back end of his career, but his chops, I reckon I still go for them.
Yeah.
Like, he was just unreal. I was never going to go past me for pace.
You still go for it.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, no, he was definitely, like, obviously Jezzy now, but I know Jez well, but we've just played against each other for 4 or 5 years now. Best I've played with, I don't know. I played with Cam for a long time as a centre back and right back pairing. I can't really think of any.
Rigby will be gutted if you don't give him.
Yeah, I'm not giving Rigby a mention. The run and chase. That's what it says on his profile, doesn't it? Jakey's good, but like this year we haven't seen heaps of him. No. Like we saw the pre-season, and he's unreal, but we haven't seen a lot of him.
Yeah.
I actually reckon, it's a weird thing to say when you're an outdoor player, but Whitey is unreal. Like, he stays after training all the time and just wants people to shoot at him. Yeah. And I've never really seen anyone like that ever.
When the forwards are done, that's when he's done. He'll stay out an hour and a half if you want to.
It's a good mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had that once.
Yourself?
I played against a lot of amazing players at Lions that were then my teammates after that. One in particular was Henry Hoare. He's special, man. Like he's incredible. Tommy Gerard was also unreal. But to be fair, without pissing in his pocket, he's one of the best players I played with. He was unreal.
Okay.
When his head's screwed on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When his head's screwed on, he's not feeling sorry for himself. He needs a pat on the back to play well, otherwise he's gone.
Confidence.
But played against, I was going to say Fife and Besher. They were unbelievable. Yeah. Nico Besher and Alex Smith. He was different class.
Yeah, Smith.
Smith was different class. But there's been a heap of good players. Like you can see standout players in every. But I just remember when I was a kid, my first couple of years, and Smith was in that Unreal Cairns team. He took the piss out of all of us, and there was one where he nutmegged me twice in a row and laughed as he did it the second time. And that was like, whatever, fuck off, go away. But he's unreal. He was incredible.
Coffee.
Would probably be hard to look past Mitch Nicholson.
Yeah, Mitch is superb.
Mitch just, I was telling these boys earlier, like just the passes he picks, like when he does it, I just think, how'd you see that? Like,
yeah.
I don't know what he does, but he's just 3-4 steps ahead than everybody else. So
the beauty with Mitch is, it's not beauty when you're coaching against him, but he'll literally be stood talking to you at the dugout mid-game, and then he'll like kind of look up and be like, and he'll just trot away.
We did that last week. It was you, me, and Mitch having a chat on halfway.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh shit!" Turns around, puts
goes
through,
and then zings a 30-40 yarder.
Like, how does he do that?
Yeah, he's a good footballer.
I don't know, like I look at him and sometimes it looks like he's got a weird technique. I don't know what it is.
He doesn't look like he should be a footballer.
Yeah.
But by God, he doesn't.
It just comes off.
Honestly, he doesn't. But he's fucking quality.
Yeah. He's won 2 grand finals, isn't he?
He's deceptively quick. He doesn't look quick, but he's actually...
Yeah, he gets across the ground.
Don't tell him that.
Take that back.
He's just smart.
He's just smart.
I think so, yeah. I don't know how he got Capalaba.
But he scores big goals. He scores big goals.
Yeah.
Big moments.
Big moments, yeah, he owns them.
What about against?
It's a tough one. Takia for Olympic last year.
he was quality, wasn't he?
Like, I don't know, ball just... He reminded me of Nick Panetta when he dribbles. Just ball stuck to his foot.
Is he frustrating? Because he has...
Who?
Netties. He just has so much ability.
He's got so much potential. Like, that kid's just unbelievable.
He's so good.
But sometimes just goes missing. I don't know. Like,
I've
never seen someone dribble as good, I think. Yeah.
For all we batted us, like scoreline wise, 4-1. He was fucking brilliant.
He's good, man.
He just turn on the dime, and then just leaves everybody behind.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just,
he's a dad now, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's got a little one. Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, great guy.
FFA Cup. So, you're through. We had the.
I'm not cup tied. Emergency loan.
We had the 2017, was it 17? Game against Melbourne City. So you've experienced the 32. Like, how good is the FFA Cup if you can make the big rounds?
It's my first time getting this far.
First time.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. At Pride, we always drew Olympic, and they always used to beat us.
Yeah.
we drew them 3 years in a row, and they used to beat us. And then my first year at Lions, we drew Strikers, and they made the semi-final. And then, this is my first year through. I'm ecstatic. Can't wait.
Same for me. I've never won a game in the Cup until this year.
Yeah.
That was right.
Ipswich Knights. Yeah.
It's a good experience, isn't it? Like,
if you do it properly as well. Like
the way we done it was good. Like,
we got drawn at home, Melbourne City.
Even the day of the draw, we all finished work early, went up to the club.
Last Thursday, we were training, and we knew the draw was on.
Yeah.
And as soon as like ticked over to the time of the draw, and called out Lions, Darwin, or Casuarina, heads gone, training stopped. Everyone was just so excited.
Yeah.
it was done.
What, because you're in the round of 16?
No.
Yeah.
Pressure's on.
Everyone was devastated we didn't get an away trip.
Oh, well,
We went about that.
when Edge Hill came out, because you know it got drawn, he was watching it at training.
So we
come out.
We were out in the field, and then the manager, Jodie, she was inside the change room, and I think just after they did the New South Wales draw, whoever was before us, called us in. So we were playing mid-cage, ran into the change room upstairs, and we saw you guys, and I was sitting there thinking, here we go.
No one wanted each other.
Yeah.
No one wanted each other.
But not just because it's a hard game, but because we play each other 2-3 times
because
every year.
what's the point to get the 32 and playing a team we're playing in 2 weeks?
Exactly.
So what, you had fingers crossed you guys Edge Hill?
So when Edge Hill got drawn out, I've seen the video since, because like they were filming it, and like everyone's like, come on, here we go.
Edge Hill away, everyone's like, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. And then when Gold Coast come out, we're like, fuck.
Because we were first, so that would have been you guys drawn.
We knew if Knights came out, we had the Raw.
Yeah.
So we didn't want the Raw to come out. That was the one name we didn't want to come out for that game, the Edge Hill one.
You guys play them every year in a cup, don't you?
We play them in a friendly every year. So
We play them every year. You scored in that game, mate.
We've only played them hungover the year you were there. Every year before that, we've actually took it seriously. We've lost 4-2, 3-2, drawn 2-2. Then
I played the 2-all. I played the 2-all.
That's right. Actually,
we were hungover.
Yeah,
correct.
To be fair to him. He didn't know what he was doing though.
It was that Ben set pieces. He's pulling the strings, eh?
But I think, well, you guys, like, I can understand why they did it, but especially because of my first time, it was a little bit frustrating that it was a closed, like it wasn't an open draw. It's part of the magic of it. You want someone else.
Well, you want to go interstate, you want to just test yourself against a team who you've never ever played and never ever will again.
No, but Queensland teams have done well in the cup.
I'd really like. Let's throw it a little bit further on then. If you get through, who do you want to play? I would really like South Melbourne.
Well, not remember what happened was at Redlands. Do you not remember though when Redlands beat Adelaide and then they got hockeyed off Canberra in the next game?
Yeah.
So you're sort of...
Strikers had Wellington in the 32 and then they had like...
Moreland Zebras and someone else.
And Manly. Manly before the semi-final. Mate, we were all praying for South just because obviously there's a few ex-Lions boys there and they all big time it and we just want them so bad. We wanted them so badly.
And it's a good facility set up and everything down there.
It's a massive club. Ange Postecoglou's there.
I went down to watch South played against Melbourne Knights and I was at work in Melbourne. I was at the game with Pozza and Adrian and Oscar Dillon. We all sat together watching and we were all saying like we'd love to come down here in a proper game. Crowd, like there was nearly trouble at the end of the game. So all the Greeks on one side and all the Croats on the other, and at full time the Croats started charging them, and then their president stopped them, and it was all on. Like if they got through.
That's probably one of the big appeals about Melbourne though. Like the fan bases they get, obviously money aside, like the crowds they get, the intensity of the games.
Can't get better than that if it was up here as well. Do you think if there was...
To be fair, man, that grand final you guys had, Croatians. That's why we like playing against Olympic because, like, to be fair, then they get massive crowds all the time, especially for the big games.
In big games,
They make it an atmosphere. It's class.
Yeah.
But if you think you'd got 5 or 6 more teams that had a bit of money like that up here, do you think it would make us more league more appealing?
100%. Yeah.
I agree. And money, mate.
I think I said this to you before, in New Zealand you'll add 7 visa players. So you even get like just...
And like the NPL, like...
Yeah.
How many are you allowed in NPL?
2.
So like there's people coming from the UK that are playing like conference or even like what it was called, the Evo stick, and they're still good players, but they just come in at ups the league.
Evo stick's a good standard.
Yeah.
If you're bringing someone across from that level, they're comfortably playing in the NPL here.
But the lads down that go down, like they've obviously played in good teams, and they all said like it's a bit different this year.
Yeah.
But your top 4, your standard top 4 of Knights, Lions, Olympic, and Power, they said they would be more than competitive, if not top 4 easily in that competition.
It's the bottom 4 or 5.
It's just and that's why other leagues have that shocking perception of Queensland because they see the blowout scores that doesn't happen down there. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Like our best is I back our best against theirs easily. Yeah. No problem.
Yeah. What would you that state of origin thing? You played in it, didn't you? Were you used to in the squad like originally and just couldn't play, or?
Yeah, we actually had our
end of season. It was when it was thrown together very late. It was late. So
we lost half the team.
Yeah. But is that like would you because you got injured?
I hurt my leg against Hughes, so I couldn't do it. But we also had end of season.
Yeah, but you'd love to have a crack, especially if it's away.
It would be unreal.
Good intentions, but
I think
football's done.
Yeah.
Switch off.
It was so hard because it was in December, man.
It was
December.
But this year it'll be in October.
They're doing it again this year, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
If New South Wales.
I think so. But it's New South Wales that have to host it this time.
I think the concept of it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, there's got to be some incentive, and that's what we were saying when we were there. Like, you say you've got an end of season on the Saturday. What's your incentive to stay and play?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of us have all been through QS and stuff and played for Queensland. Like, not money, but like, we'll throw a bar tab. Well, you know what I mean? That sounds bad, but there's got to be an incentive. You sound like an alcoholic.
There was an NPL Christmas party after that game. It was. It was, mate. Yeah. But I think it's good. And I know they lost, but Queensland should never have lost that game.
We battered them.
Oh, I forgot they lost actually.
Absolutely, they lost on pens.
Because they were on the top.
But like Choco made a mistake, didn't he? But like Queensland, that's when that was like
they scored right at the end, didn't they?
Mate, that was peak Lofthouse. He took the piss out of that guy.
Yeah.
Strickland over blinder that day as well. Strickland was
Cristani, cheeky little number 6 performance.
Yeah.
It's class.
Characters, any big characters, any funny stories, pranks? I know you're a shithouse for the prank.
No, it's not me.
We had a good one at Pride. We pranked Dill, and those that know Dill know that he's very easily wound up and he's very particular. Like in the change room, he likes his own space. He's got his towel, his toiletry.
OCD?
Big time.
Yeah.
Superstitious, OCD, and God bless him. Like, we love him. But he came early once, and the Pride car park was a disaster. You almost didn't want to be first because there was no car park. It was just a driveway. And he came first once, and he was in his new car, and he was just being a dick at training, and he was winding everyone up. And Western Pride, I don't know if you remember, it's a city council ground, so sometimes it was mowed, sometimes it wasn't. Anyway, a couple of lads were injured, so they sprayed the physio cream on his windscreen wiper and then got all of the grass clippings and stuck it on his car, inside his car. And bless the kid, man, he broke down in tears. He got all of his boots. He said, "Fuck yous, I'm never coming back. I hate you all. You're not my friend." He proper threw a tantrum. It was unreal. It was funny. That was one cracking story. There's a couple more that involve him, but I'll let someone else have it to me.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Our best one was at Pride. The whole season we were looking up to the dressing room and they had this like mannequin up there that was dressed in like Pride gear to sell the Pride gear, and we're like, we're taking that. Like one year we're going to take it. So the end of the season finished, we went up and grabbed this mannequin stuck in the back of this guy's car.
It was Cam's car. It was Cam's.
Oh, it was Cam's, yeah. We took it to end of season, so we dressed it up every day for end of season, and the final day we're like, we're going to do something with the mannequin. So 4 boys blind climbing this tree, like we're just feeding mannequin parts up to it.
And Rigby nearly died, mate. He's 30 metres in the air with this mannequin flying around him.
And there's just this mannequin sitting in the tree, and then we left the mannequin in the tree, and then we got a bill for a cherry picker.
Cristani replied, I swear to God, Cameras he goes, with all due respect, 4 blokes in their underwear, blind drunk, got that up there. Just give us a phone call and we would have got it down. It was class. It was funny. That was good.
Who plays the pranks in your dressing room? Schmitty?
Yeah, I don't think I've played with anyone funnier than Schmitty.
Yeah.
Like, just absolute character. Jokes are unreal. Like, I don't even know how he does it. But even when the coach will be full serious having a team talk, Schmitty will make a comment, all the boys will just burst out. And like, Poz, like he's brutal, like down the line. And then Schmitty just cracks a joke like in mid-speech. So it'd have to be him for sure.
Kazi?
Where do you start?
I'm bad for it. There was boys back home that were ruthless, like
Gaza level ruthless.
Oh mate, like go to jail sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Lights getting turned off in the changing rooms, and just getting battered. Do you know what I mean? Like back home was just next level sort of stuff. You know yourself, do you know what I mean? But over here we had big characters in our home park team. Like, I wouldn't say too much. Like, I always found Kenny Boyle was just...
Yeah, he's a funny fucker.
Big, dry sense of humour, like just... He was just good crack, but... I don't think I could say half of them to be fair, like the ones that are going through my head. That
I remember, I'm going back fucking 20 years, I reckon, when I was playing. And we had the best, it's difficult to explain it, like you'll probably get it. Sunday league football back home, you would still play for like your Gold Coast Knights, your Lions, your Peninsula of the Power on the Saturday, but then you'd play for a Sunday team.
Come on with your mates. If your mates were...
Some people would play for their local pub, just with their mates. But then the better players would play for the better Sunday teams, the ones who were in the All England Cup, the FA Sunday Cup. So we we were the best team in England. We won the FA Sunday Cup 4 years out of 6. So the final was at Anfield, so it was
cool.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
So you're not posted pictures of that, have you? No. You mentioned that before, have you? Played at Anfield?
Twice. Won both times. But so that's the level that we were playing. We took it seriously. We got paid. It was, everyone sort of knew you, and if you were playing against them, people would come and watch just to see their mates get beat like 10-0. That's the level we were at. But we'd had a bad 3 or 4 weeks. We'd been winning, but we hadn't played well, and we'd scraped through. Lads weren't turning up. They were starting to drop their standard to take the piss a bit. And our manager was, you were scared of him. He's one of these that when he spoke and he got angry, you were like, oh, fucking hell, no eye contact kind of thing. Because you thought if he goes for me, because he was a tough fucker as well, you think, oh, no. So he's given us this talk before a big game. It was like a county cup quarter final, which is like a state cup quarter final, whatever. And he starts going like fucking standards and the discipline, and you're not turning up, and you're not doing this, and he's looking around, everyone's fucking shit. And he's going and he's getting louder, he's getting more aggressive. He's like, and I'm fucking this, I'm fucking sick. And all of a sudden, the door has opened, and our centre half, who hadn't turned up at this point, it's about 15 minutes before kick-off. Centre half just walks in, dressed as Tarzan, right? Just as the manager has said, the standards and the discipline, he's taking the piss, right? Then the door opens and in walks Tarzan, and he stood there and went, sorry lads, you just can't get a decent elephant anywhere these days. And we're sat there and you're just looking at each other going, oh my fucking God, you can't laugh.
Did he laugh?
One person sniggered, we've all gone, and the coach, to be fair to him, he stood there and he just went, fucking hell, that's funny. Like, but I think we went out, we won 5-6-0, and we never looked back. But I just remember thinking, he's going to get killed here. Like, sorry lads, you just can't get an elephant anywhere these days. Brilliant crack.
How old were you? I mean, like
27, 28. Yeah, been to fancy dress the night before.
To be fair, he's got a bit of bollocks doing that, though, hasn't he? You wouldn't see a young kid doing that.
No, you definitely wouldn't see a young lad doing that. Well, look, lads, it's been a good one, that. Plenty of chat. We will be back with audio episodes starting from next week. But like, subscribe, share, do what you got to do. And we'll do this again next year. Thank you.